if this is anyone else's life story, but how did I walk into Kmart looking for a soap dispenser and walking out with about $100 worth of decor? How does this happen? Oh my goodness. Stop it. What do you guys think? Eating is my courage. Welcome back, everybody. I am snacking. What is new? I find myself this morning very rarely alone.
I can be all alone. Alone.
I know, mother of three, alone. This is just about as rare as a solar eclipse. But in the usual fashion, we don't have much alone time. So I thought I would sneak in a really quick, unexpected Easter Kmart decor video. I love making these videos, especially Easter ones. I have done one every year since I've started on YouTube. The theme, the very strong theme that has continued throughout the years is Kmart. They just year after year seem to bring out the most cute, the most pastel, and the most innovative, affordable ideas that I simply couldn't resist. And trust me, I tried. As I was shopping around, I was very uninspired with what was around me. I thought, no, I will make use of what is already at home because I do have a sufficient amount of Kmart decor. But one cannot classify as having an addiction unless the addiction is indulged in. And when I walked past Kmart, I saw what they had to offer this year, expecting it to be like last year, and it wasn't. It has evolved, and I simply couldn't let this year go by with the regret of not adding these Easter pieces to my already growing Easter decor collection. I actually think I prefer Easter decor to Christmas, as weird as it sounds. I think because it's cute, there's bunnies, there's eggs, there's pastels, there's soft hues, colours, not to mention it's a time of year where it's not as busy, you don't have the horrendous crowds shopping around for Christmas. It's just more relaxed, you have an excuse to eat loads of chocolate. It really is one of the highlights of my year. Anyway, why we have stopped by here today is not to hear me rambling, although I know some of you may enjoy that. You've all stopped by here for a good old-fashioned unboxing. Nothing like it. And these bags are just a sample of my extensive Kmart haul. In here is actually what I purchased previously over the years, and it isn't an understatement to say that Easter is my favourite season now because it's replaced the Christmas ornament box. Yeah, move over Christmas. There's a new kid in town. Now, I have placed you guys very strategically at the centre of our dining room table. A few inches more to the right or left of me will just result in revealing the actual state of the chaos that we live in. So we'll just stay right here. It's a safe place. So before we get into the decor, I thought we'd go through a few little gifts that I picked up for the children. At Easter, we generally don't give gifts to the adults. We just enjoy the children indulging in their chocolates and so forth. And every year I pick up the same kit. It's really boring, but we'll have so much fun with it. It's the Decorate Your Own Easter egg kit, and every year they launch brand new designs on the back, which we all aim to copy. So I'm really going to enjoy doing this with the children. It gets very competitive, I must say. Then also picked up for our children and nieces and nephews and so forth, these really sweet canvas Easter bags, which come with some beautiful pastel textures, so they can decorate their own little bag, pop their name on it, and they can put all their Easter goodies inside. So that will resolve all the fighting that generally ensues after a big chocolate haul. Now, tell me if this is anyone else's life story, but how did I walk into Kmart looking for a soap dispenser and walking out with about $100 worth of decor? How does this happen? Let's begin with laying foundations. So when I mention decor, I generally am referring to the dining room table, because Easter, generally you gather around with your family, your friends, and you kind of dress up the joint a little bit. So let's begin with the tablecloth that I discovered. Now, I have one tablecloth in my possession. It's checkered, it's gingham, it is multi-purpose, have used it for basically every single special occasion for the last few years. But I thought perhaps for Easter, maybe I would upgrade a little, if this could be considered an upgrade. Some people might consider this quite chintzy, but I did think the design of the rabbit this year was rather well done, and also accompanied by some really nice florals and pastel colors. So this would be perhaps a little sweet addition to the table. I actually haven't seen this full length, so let's see the extent of this design. Generally seems that there are florals and bunnies just along the borders of this, with a basically white center. So I really appreciate the fact that the middle has been left blank, so therefore we can fill it with lots of the other decor bits that I decided to add to my basket. And by the way, don't dismay, this is not just a little haul unboxing video. I will actually be showing you how to dress up your Easter table with these very affordable Kmart pieces to make your day that just extra bit special. Next we have a table runner, which is in a lovely hatched pattern in pink, blue and green pastel colors. And I feel like, don't know my own strength. And I feel like this would actually be quite complementary with the colors that are in this tablecloth, I think. Could be wrong there. And that is why we have the backup option. Essential in every woman's arsenal, always have a plan B. Found this very hefty jute table runner. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a bit too much against the white of this tablecloth, but I thought this would be great on even a naked table. You don't even have to have a tablecloth underneath, but really just appreciated the design of this runner, the fact that you get some interest to your regular jute table runner, which is generally just a big cumbersome rectangle. This actually has a bit of thought sewn into it. And plan C, we also have our runner from last year, so we'll have a play and see where our foundations take us. On the topic of this table runner, I also picked up the matching napkins, and next to the napkins they conveniently placed these adorable bunny napkin rings. I haven't taken them out of the package yet, so I'd really love to see what they look like IRL. Oh my goodness, that is so sweet. I could probably put that in my ponytail. That is adorable. This is also obviously for putting the napkins in. And plan B, if these colours are not working with the tablecloth, randomly found this outrageous thing at the reject shop last year, just waiting for this very day when I could play around with some colour and pastels. So the option B. So we have our foundation, we have napkins. Now to the cutlery. I have some really lovely cutlery holders from last year I can show you. And ironically folks, yes, these have been used. I just love putting everything back in their original packaging, just beautifully preserved for next year, so everything is all neat and tidy and pressed and not creased. Just makes life so much easier. These were last year's version of a cutlery holder. They were okay. However, this year, resist but pick up these actual bunny cutlery holders, like with the tail and the ears. I haven't seen them close up yet, but I just thought these were just so adorable, just to place on top of your plate, knife and fork and spoon. Just too cute. So yes, now I do have 2 lots of cutlery holders. I'm not proud of what I did, but I take full responsibility. onto beverageware. Kmart have released these beautiful, colourful tumblers. These were actually brought out during Christmas time, ironically, and the colours were quite appropriate for Christmas, but I did have the intention of using these over the summer or over the Easter period, when again you can experiment with lots of lovely colours. This did not scream me when I first saw it. This is not my usual style of beverageware, but just the pink and the yellows together, it did something to me. It hypnotised me, and next thing you know, it was in my trolley. So we're going to try to work these into the table this year. Now, thankfully for my bank account, and for us all, I already have my own Easter dinner plate set, which I ironically picked up from Kmart and have brought and used every year. Love that set. They haven't been able to replicate it since, so I'm very loyal to that Easter set. So thankfully we don't have a plan B for that. What I did find though, for the children, which I've never considered as an option before, I always just gave them a side plate, was some really adorable bunny paper plates for them to enjoy their Easter lunch with these really adorable Checkered Napkins. Stop it. I am indulging in pure girliness right now. I don't even recognize myself. Look what this has done to me. Anyway, that aside, and me coming to terms with my feminine side, let's move on to the decor. This has to be my favorite. See? That's what I said, we can't move 2 inches to the left, all will be revealed, and it'll destroy the illusion that is before us, which is that I have a clean, serene home. Oh! Happened again. You didn't see that. So, every year, Kmart brings out just something that no other company has managed to bring out over the years. There are heaps of competing homeware stores, but none of them have brought out the majesty that is the, what do they call these? The Easter speckled egg pick. They even bring out these picks for Christmas as well, with some Christmas holly and so forth. But the Easter one really is a thing of beauty. I already have a more than ample collection of these egg picks from last year, but this year they brought them out in more of a pure purpley pink blue pastel color, compared to last year's, which as you can see was more of the natural, so the stem was brown rather than white. There was no purple on this one, but this year they really have indulged in the purple. This has some green, this doesn't. So if you're going for a natural theme, if you managed to get your hands on these egg picks last year, perfect, I will still be using them. But this year I thought we'll really go all out with the pastels, and I thought I'd grab us some of these lovely pure deliciousness speckled eggy picks. Who knew that some cheap crap could make me so happy? And that's what I love about Kmart, is that you can get that feeling of happiness from changing your space by just changing out a few glasses or popping a few extra bits on the table, and it doesn't break the bank. So I really do not see the necessity for expensive homewares. I'm not a collector of expensive homewares, aside from perhaps the bigger things like a bed frame or a table lamp or something like that. But when it comes to little decorative bits and even servingware, dinnerware, Kmart is just so brilliant at being able to keep up with the trends, cater to everyone's style. It's just, I could just go on for days about how much I endorse that company. Now I think this is the final piece. No, it is not, I lie. Almost the final piece to our decor haul. Found this adorable little bunny wreath. It isn't large, as you can see. This is the perspective shot. We do have a little command adhesive hook on our wall, which I thought I'd place up there just to add a little bit of festivity to our blank space that we have. Comes with some lovely speckled eggs again and just a few natural florals. I thought this was just really cute and very well done. Very random, but picked up some birds' nests. I thought these would be nice to dot around the table and pop little speckled eggs in. Last year, Kmart had a really nice collection of just loose speckled eggs. This year, they didn't do them, so I'm really glad I got my hands on them last year, because it will just match and tie in with the rest of the decor. So I thought I would give this a go and see if it works with our tablescape this year. disappointingly, we are nearing the end of our Kmart haul. These I actually picked up around Christmas as well, but they're still selling them. I have actually been wanting these for a significant amount of time, but when I googled online where to find these, they were just horrendously expensive, and often these candle holders didn't come with the candles. The great thing about the sets that Kmart has launched for their wavy candle holders and candlesticks is that they come together for a wonderfully inexpensive price. All of these will be linked down below, by the way, if you want to check out prices, availability, and so forth. So Kmart released 3 different types of glass, groovy, wavy candle holders is how I would describe them. And I also loved that they came with tapered, wavy, textured candles, as I didn't want a plain candlestick. I really wanted them to be really eclectic and interesting. So I picked one up in pink, lilac, and yellow. And looking around me, I really have eyes bigger than my space, because I really don't know how we're going to fit all of this on a very humble table, which is extendable. I have extended it one way because I was only going to do a tablescape for 6 people, but even then we will be cramming it in just a little bit, so I may omit some of these depending on how much room we have left. Now finally, this may or may not go on the table. I thought I would include it because I just thought it was super cute and pastel, but this is an outdoor ceramic pot. It even has, does it have a hole in the bottom? No, it doesn't. Oh, I think it's a pot holder then. So I think you probably put a faux plant in here, but I just thought this was the most beautiful vessel that really ties in clearly with the tones of this house. And I was having an idea, perhaps this could be like a feature in the middle of the table with a whole bunch of these egg picks. I mean, what do you guys think? If we have room, I'm definitely thinking we can make this work. Now time is unfortunately behind me rather than ahead of me, but we're going to make our very best effort to get this tablescape done before the invaders come home and I'm no longer alone. Not that being alone is my preference, by the way. Alone is when I recharge. I'm an introvert, so I recharge by being alone, so it's necessary for me. But I definitely do enjoy the company of my beautiful family and others, but it's also nice to have some time to figure out our Easter tablescape, because this will be the only practice I will get before the big day. Not sure if I'll be taking you along for the ride this year, because we still have some very unsure plans during that time. But to underprepare is to prepare to fail, and that is one thing I will never ever do on this channel. All right, it doesn't look like it, but I have just killed another 20 minutes trying to find my Easter bunny plates, up in my knees in dust, losing rings, finding rings, feeling quite ill at this point. Could not find them, but luckily once again we have a plan B on the plates. They're not overtly Easter, but the vibe is there. I'm a perfectionist, this is killing me. We do need to make a start on this project, otherwise this video may not even make it to the bitter end, of which hopefully it won't be that bitter. I'm going to clear the table and we're going to get started. We might even include a little time lapse. Just so we can give a live update on the tablecloth. The length is actually perfect for the extension of the table. However, you really don't get any of the design from the width of a typical table. So I've discovered we have a sitting bunny, we have a posing bunny, and we also have a reclining bunny, are just all around the sides, leaving the middle of the tablecloth quite barren actually, but also this could be a good thing, so it gives us a bit more wiggle room to play around with the extensive amount of decor that I have on hand. I will lay the table first and we'll finish up with the decor. Let's begin there. So I thought I'd give you a visual on the option number 1, which is this thatched pastel table runner, which is the perfect length, ties in with the theme on the sides. not sure if it's giving just kind of, well, not much really. This is option number 2, which is the jute placemat. However, I was going to use these placemats to go around the table because I thought they'd be rather cute with all their rounded edges, and I think this just might be a little bit too matchy and clashy at the same time. Everybody, thank you for sticking around while I faffed about making this tablescape. I'm very pleased with it. However, I thought this would be a lovely way to conclude or draw this video to an end, because we're not quite there yet. Of course, we're going to drag it on just a little bit further for you guys. I just wanted to show you that what you saw there was a bit of Instagram, not even really Instagram. That would be like a lesser version of Instagram. What would that be? Snapchat? This, dear people of the internet, is the reality of the situation. Yes, this is all happening either side of the table. But if we pretend really hard that this isn't happening around us, we have what I would say, I think one of my favourite tablescapes I have ever made. As you can see, not everything featured on this table was from the Kmart Haul. We have a few bits and pieces from other years. For example, these lovely scattered eggs, which Kmart sadly didn't bring out this year. Super handy for the nests, which I actually am really enjoying on the table. These plates, you guys would have seen these before. These are a set from Aldi, actually from a few years back, for their Christmas dinnerware set, but it is such an appropriate design that it transcends all the seasons. One thing that I did notice was that these candlesticks, which I really love, by the way, when I popped in the actual tapered candle, they didn't quite sit quite right. As you can see, they're a little bit wonky, which is okay, but they kind of just stood up a little bit too high for me in this tablescape, as I wanted the feature of the egg pick bouquet to be the focal point of the table, that I decided to just pop in the candlestick to the smallest of the candle holders. But wow, just looking at all these pastels from my point of view just makes me extremely happy, especially this bouquet, which is just stunning to look at. I just once again wish that we just had a clear empty space around us and we didn't live in such... I use the word chaos too much, but how else can you describe this? It's just so layered. Anyway, I'm extremely hungry and I don't have long until I need to pick up one of my little ones, and I actually thought we'd conclude this video together because we cannot end an Easter tablescape without an Easter dessert. And this one, folks, after all that hard work that we have done to prep for this event, we are not going to do any hard manual labour to end this so far non-edible meal. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. See, when you sit here, you get the bunny plate. See? With the 2 eggs, with the 2 little chickens. See? Wow.
Wait.
Okay, back from pickups, and of course I needed my little accomplice for this dessert recommendation because this is very much in the mind of a child, really, which is quite in line with my... That would be somebody wanting me. Hold on. Oh, more drama. All right, little one has run away with his ice cream. He wanted, of course, the absolutely mandatory ice magic, which is a chocolate topping that hardens. Wonderful, wonderful sorcery that is. I'm also going to enjoy this ice cream. I haven't even shown you the packet. So I'm so distracted, as you can tell. Distracted by too many things. So, I think the perfect end to any heavy meal. Typically at Easter you have a roast, lots of veggies, maybe some Yorkshire pudding, and you're quite stuffed by the end of it. Everyone always has some room for some ice cream. It's light, it's refreshing, and the Neapolitana, which is the chocolate, vanilla and strawberry, is a crowd pleaser because everyone is happy. Everyone gets their favourite. So I think this would make the best Easter dessert for any host or any guest participating in the festivities and the cuteness that is Easter, all their Easter egg hunts. And I'm just rambling at this point because I'm just a little frazzled, folks. And this video was not planned today. It was a spur of the moment thing, hence why I am a little frazzled with trying to find things and organize things in a very limited time frame, but we did it. We got there. And now, my dears, I'm going to enjoy my Neapolitana because you must have all 3 flavors. In my humble opinion, they just work together harmoniously with some ice magic, and also trying not to get this all over the tablecloth at the same time, or myself for that matter. All products will be linked down below, guys. I really hoped you enjoyed the tablescaping, the haul. Please do like and subscribe if it's worthy at the end of this video with my state of mind and where it is right now in my presentation. It wasn't the best, let's face it. I'm out of words, and I'm purely dessert focused right now. Bye, guys. I forgot the glassware. I'm just going to place it on the table now while I've half packed it up. Enjoy. Goodbye again.